So I've connected the SD card interface to the user port. You can get those off eBay. I got mine off eBay as well. And it takes a small SD card, and then you copy a single image to the card which contains all the disk drives. On powering up the system, this is what the screen looks like. Now, before it would say Acorn DFS, which is the Acorn disk filing system, but now, because I've connected up the SD card solution, it says Super MMC. Above that is BBC Computer 32K. Below the Super MMC is Basic, because it starts up with Basic loaded. So what I'll do is I'll start up the SD card and run a few games, just so you can see what they look like. So I've launched the SD card menu. You just roll through the games. You can even search as well. So I've labelled Killer Gorilla, which is the first game. And this is a clone of Donkey Kong, which I think is intro sound, which I think works very well. So let's start off with a game. So all these games are programmed in machine code, Basic being much too slow. So what I'll do is load up another game. Now this next game caused quite a stir among the 8-bit gaming community. It's called Elite from Acorn Soft, and I'll just load it in. You'll probably see why from the opening screen. It's a 3D space trading game, and you go from planet to planet and even different galaxies, trading goods to buy spaceship upgrades which you fly around. And the graphics are quite revolutionary at the time. 3D wireframe. The graphics are incredible. Just saying that it's 32K. There's lots of trickery going on there, and it's an excellent program. I can't actually remember the keys for this game, so you just have to bear with me. I've managed to get the ship launched. As you can see, that's a planet, and that's the I'll just rotate, so you can rotate up and down, left and right. And if I move around, you can see the space station that we just left. So it's very, very complex game. It gets quite, when you meet other ships, get to dogfights, it gets quite exciting actually. What I might do is once I learn the keys, is do a separate video on Elite. It's worth a video all on its own. There's a spaceship coming towards me, but I won't fire at it. Or shall I? Tempted to. Yeah, I might do a video all on its own on this game. Right, so that's Elite. Here's another game. Here's another game that I used to play for hours and hours. It's called Planetoid, and it's based on the arcade game called Defender. And I think it really, really shines, this game. It's a good
a good version of, apologies for the sound, it's a good version of the game, I think. But I used to, as I say, I used to spend hours playing it. Right, so that's Planetoid. This is Acorn Soft's version of Pac-Man. They actually had to change the graphics. Sorry about that. They had to change the graphics because they got a copyright claim. So this is the original they put out, and then the next version they changed the graphics. Okay, so that's Snapper. A clone of the arcade game called Scramble. It's called Rocket Raid, and I spent a long time playing this. The later levels do get very, very hard. In fact, the second one took me quite a while to get through it, but I'll just give you a quick demo. Okay, so that's Scramble, or shall I say Rocket Raid. This is an excellent Galaga clone called Zalaga. And I spent a long time, another game I spent a long time playing, so I'll just give you a quick demo. So it does get a lot harder later on. So that's Zalaga. Now, a lot of the games put out were classic text adventures, which I enjoyed playing, drawing maps on various pieces of paper. This one is called Sphinx Adventure. So it gives you a description if you'd never seen a text adventure before, and it tells you where there's exits and what's in the room, treasures to collect to get points, and various puzzles to solve, and items that you can collect to help you solve the puzzles or kill things such as dwarves and dragons. So it doesn't look very interesting, but it can draw you in. Okay, so that's Sphinx Adventure, text adventure.